If your living room feels small, there's a good chance you're making one of these 7 design mistakes, and most apartments are making at least 3 of them. The tricky part is that most people don't even realize they're doing them. These mistakes quietly shrink your space. But once you fix them, your living room can instantly feel bigger, brighter, and more open. Let's start with one of the most common mistakes designers see. In this video, we're going through 7 living room mistakes that can make an apartment feel smaller than it really is, and more importantly, how to fix them. Some of these changes are surprisingly simple, but together, they can completely transform how your living room feels. The goal isn't to add more furniture or to spend money. It's simply to make the space feel more open, balanced, and intentional. One of the fastest ways to make a room feel smaller is hanging curtains directly above the window frame. When the curtain rod sits low, it visually shortens the wall and makes the window appear smaller than it really is. Interior designers usually mount curtain rods much higher, often just a few inches below the ceiling. This simple change stretches the wall upward and instantly makes the room feel taller and more spacious. Another common mistake is pushing all the furniture directly against the wall. It feels like it should create more space, but it often does the opposite. When everything is lined up against the walls, the room can feel flat and cramped. Designers often pull furniture slightly away from the wall to create what's called breathing space. Even a small gap adds depth and makes the layout feel more intentional. And in a moment, I'll show you one mistake that instantly makes a living room look unfinished, even if everything else in the room looks nice. Small rugs are one of the most common living room mistakes. When a rug only sits under the coffee table, it visually breaks the room into smaller pieces. Designers typically choose rugs large enough to sit under the sofa and chairs. When the seating area is connected by a larger rug, the space feels more cohesive and the room instantly appears larger. Another mistake is filling a wall with lots of small frames. Instead of creating interest, this can make the wall feel busy and cluttered. Designers often choose one larger statement piece instead. A large piece of artwork creates a focal point and allows the wall to breathe. This makes the entire space feel more intentional and visually calm. A living room without reflective surfaces can also feel smaller than it really is. Without mirrors, a room can feel darker and more enclosed. Mirrors reflect both light and space, which instantly adds depth. Placed near a window, they can dramatically brighten the entire room and make the space feel more open. Visible wires and cables are another detail that can make a living room feel unfinished. When cords are exposed behind a television or along the floor, they create visual clutter. Simple cable management tools can hide the wires and keep everything organized. Once those cables disappear, the room immediately feels cleaner and more polished. And finally, another mistake many apartments struggle with is using too many competing colors. When too many colors fight for attention, the room can feel chaotic. Designers often follow a simple guideline called the 60-30-10 rule. One dominant color makes up about 60% of the space, a second color fills about 30%, and a smaller accent color adds the final 10%. This balance creates visual harmony and helps the room feel calm and cohesive. And when a room feels visually calm, it almost always feels larger too. Small design mistakes can quietly shrink a room, but once you correct them, your living room can feel dramatically more open. Sometimes the difference between a cramped apartment and an elegant one is just a few thoughtful adjustments. If you enjoy simple ideas that elevate apartment living, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.